Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nia. If you're new, welcome and nice to meet you. Make sure to subscribe and join the family. Today it is Thursday and I am going to be working. I have so much to do today. It is gonna be a busy few days. So on the agenda I have a lot of like personal things that I need to get sorted, like lifestyle things that have nothing to do with art, unfortunately. And then I have some canvases coming, so I'll show you guys my canvases that I want to use for my portfolio section, at least the first part anyway. I'm also going to be making some sauces, so I'll show you a little sneak preview, a little behind the scenes of how one of the ways or a few of the ways that I like to make sauces. And then I'm just gonna paint and see what else happens. There are things that I want to do today. We'll see how that goes, but I'm not going to reveal it until I actually know I'm going to do it. There's a lot of video editing I need to do and a lot of scheduling. I'm literally just going to be in my diary and my calendar and just really getting myself organized, because I really want to be on top of everything and I have so much stuff that I need to get done in these next coming weeks and months. It's going to be super busy, so I need to make sure that I'm prepared beforehand so that I'm not going into anything blind and missing out on things that I actually really needed to do. So that's the agenda for today, and I'll take you guys along for the ride. So I spent literally the entire day making sauces. I've made about 8 now. Well, I made a little bit more than that, but some of them I just made some amendments, and so I made quite a few, and then I chose the main ones that I think are good enough to be a painting, and that's why I only have 8, even though I made a few more than that. and so far I'm really happy with them. And the more that I make them, and when I've uploaded them all and I've looked at them all together, once I've decided to finish my session for today, when I looked at everything that I'd made, to see the parallels between each of them and to see how most of them tie in with each other and the things that I like to use the most, I've noticed that I tend to go for a lot of fluorescent kind of colors for the backgrounds. It's houses, hands, water, stars, and bright fluorescent colors. That's kind of the theme that's gone through all of these so far, which I really like. And it's kind of like an interpretation of it. There's probably so many more, but one of them that comes to mind right now is that it's like lifestyle, just living your life, but then like having the bright light and the kind of fantasy ethereal element to it is like God is with you as you're going about your day and your life, and that's what I really like about it. For example, with the hands in the air, or swimming, or just sitting outside your house, and then you have these wonderful lights and bright things going on in the background. It's like God is around and he's with you while you're just doing the thing, which I think is really cool. So that's definitely one of the elements that I have found throughout this piece, and it all ties in and it all makes a lot of sense. And I'm looking down at it now as I'm talking, and I'm really happy with them, and I think it's going to be interesting to make them. I do want to do some really massive pieces. So I've got 3 packs of these 8x10 wood panels. This is what I'm going to use for some of my pieces. I've found a website where they make really big ones. So there's like 30 by 40, I think, or something like that. And there's 20 by 20, so I'm gonna buy like a whole bunch, because the portfolio section, the aim is to make 30 pieces, and you're not in business as an artist if you haven't got at least 30 pieces. So I've got 15 of these, so I just need to get 15, well, get like 6 or 7 medium sizes, and then the rest get really big sizes. So that's gonna be really great. Most of the swatches that I've done already can be used for these smaller pieces, and then there's about 2 of them that I really want. One of them that I really want to make for the medium size, and one that's definitely needs to be a big size. So I'm gonna order those in the next 2 weeks, because it takes about 3 weeks to come. So that's perfect. It will come in time for the portfolio section, and I will be able to start off with the smaller pieces first before it's time to go for the bigger ones. I actually like using the wood for my paintings, so I think that is going to be a main thing for me, to use wood panels. And I can prime them with gesso, or I can use molding paste, or to have like some textures and interesting things on there. So there's definitely a lot of different things that I can do. I'm going to buy some gesso as well from that same website, or I might find something else and buy some colored gesso, because I saw some blue gesso and I realized you can actually get colored ones. So I'm gonna have a whole thing of them, but they just look like this. They're quite thin, and it's got the thing on the back so you can hang it up. I think the other ones that I found, they're either the same size or a little bit thicker. So I'm gonna just try a few different sizes and see which ones I like. I actually really like looking at the canvases that have a thick edge on them, so I'm gonna definitely buy some of those. I found some on Jackson Art as well, so I'm just gonna buy a whole bunch of canvases, a whole bunch of wood canvases anyway. So that's very exciting, and I just feel like I'm so ready and so prepared for all of this now. I really have everything kind of set, and I feel like a strong direction. I know like really where I'm going. And even looking at the sources, immediately I know what things I can use to make those colors. I got my spray paints. I'm like literally all set for this. So all that shopping and all that stuff that I was doing before, all those experimentations, is all coming down to this point where I now start to produce work that I'm interested in making. And it was kind of confusing at first, especially when I was just choosing pictures and painting bits here and there, but I didn't really have a clear direction of where I wanted to go. And I actually feel like these are the prototypes behind me, because this one I actually completed the source, and I am going to make this, but I'm going to make it under the wood panel instead, and I'm going to make it for my portfolio. So I guess these are just like the practice runs, and then I'm going to remake them and make them a whole lot better. But it's just proves to me that I'm on the right direction, because when I started making all the sources and then I looked back at the work that I was making a few weeks ago, it's all in the same direction. It's got the bright fluorescent colors, it's got water. This is actually like a swimming pool, but you see it when it's finished. It's got water, it's got some space elements that I was going to do here, and it's got, it doesn't have hands, but it's got like parts of people's bodies. So that's what I do like parts of people's bodies. Like sometimes I do some legs, or sometimes I do some hands or a face, or like just interesting bits of the body that I find interesting. This one's got a house, and it's got it's gonna have like a galaxy at the back. So I'm all like, it's all coming together, it's all making sense, and I know the different bits that I like. This one's a house as well, and it's got glitter and abstract things, and yeah, I feel really ready. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these, if I'm gonna finish them or not, or maybe I will just do some more experiments, like really experiment with them, see what tools and things that I really like to use. And then for the portfolio, we're just gonna start fresh, start with my new sources. But that definitely tomorrow I have to complete the rest of the sources. I also need to continue editing a few videos. There's just a lot to do, but I feel like the more that if I get them all out of the way sooner rather than later, I will feel more ready. And I want to make at least 30 sources, maybe even more, just to have a massive bank of those, so that even when I finish the portfolio section, I still feel confident and comfortable in continuing to paint. And when I'm ready to like really push myself even more, I have a bank of things to go to, instead of feeling okay, now I have to kind of start again. That was something that Ellie said in the video as well, that when I'm making the sources, and then when I've painted a source, make a new source, and just keep that bank full of sources, so that you don't feel like you haven't got anything to go to if you're running dry on inspiration, or you feel like you don't know what to paint. You've always got something to paint. And that's also part of being a professional artist, that you have to put in the work, you have to put in the hours, and in order to do that, you have to actually have something to paint. So doing all of this groundwork, spending a day, 2 days, 3 days, however long it's going to take to get all of that groundwork done, and just keep it full, then you'll easily be able to spend as much time as you need to paint, because you've always got something to do. So I'm definitely learning all these little tricks and stuff, and really putting them into action. And today I really did that. I've just scheduled everything, really planned out the next few weeks and stuff, so that way I don't have to spend that time that I could be painting trying to organize and work out if I've done everything that I needed to do that day. So I'm really starting to get into those good habits, and I'm feeling great about it. I'm feeling really like confident with my head screwed on and know where I'm going. So tomorrow's probably going to be more of the same, most likely going to be more of the same. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I want to show you guys all of the sources that I've made once I finish all of them. So let's get back to work. You